Yo, Husman here. Today we're gonna have a little chat, you and me, because I want to talk to you guys today about melodies, because a lot of you guys have asked me how I go about my melodies and how to create your own cool melodies and chord progressions. So that'll be the topic of today's tutorial Thursday. I know exactly what you guys want to hear. You want to know which kind of chords to use, which kind of melodies to use, and exactly which kind of notes. Well, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. That's something that I've learned throughout the years. And I can tell you how I make all my melodies. I can show you the notes, I can show you the chords. But if you would use those chords and if you would use those melodies, your music would sound like my music. And my music has been formed throughout the years, my chords and my melodies, by the things that I really like to hear, and I take all kinds of inspirations from all kinds of different music. So I much rather want to talk about how you can create your own cool melodies, because I think that's an adventure that you need to take yourself. You need to explore which kind of music you like. And there are a couple of things that I can give you that will really send you in the right direction. The first thing that I did is look at tracks that I really like myself and analyze how those chord progressions are going. So I have one track in particular that I analyzed a lot, which is The River Flows in You by Yiruma. It's a really beautiful piano kind of melody and chord progression. It's actually really simple, and it's a chord progression that I really took apart and analyzed, and I really look into how that was created, because I didn't really care that much about the notes, but I really cared about the feeling that that track gave me. So that's the first tip that I will give you guys. Look into tracks that you really like the feeling of, and try to look how to create that feeling, not how to create those kind of tracks. Don't think about sound design, don't think about the drop, because for me, saying the right theme and the right tone for the track is really the most important when starting a track. So the second tip that I would like to give you is use power chords when trying to write melodies on the piano. And I personally am not that great of a piano player, that's common knowledge already. So what I always do, I play power chords. And power chords is basically you put a fifth on top of your root note and then an octave up. So when you have C major, it's C, G, C. What this will do, definitely when you're using a piano, this will already give you a kind of open harmonic starting point. So for instance, if we take the melody by Yiruma and just play it with only the bass note, it already gives you a basic structure, but now when applying power chords and playing them a little bit more emotionally, so it's a really open kind of starting point for when creating harmonies and melodies. So this way you will still have a lot of possibilities harmonically in the end, but already have a starting point. So now let's play that melody with some power chords underneath. As you can hear, even I, with my terrible piano skills, can make something much more appealing to the ears from the beginning. And now I have a great starting point for a melody and a chord progression. The third tip that I want to give you guys is make use of the arpeggio function. Arpeggio basically does, if you play like a chord, it will play the notes in between those chords. So you have like C, E, G, for instance, like a C major chord. And if you put arpeggio on a 16th note, it will play like a 16th note pattern between C, E and G. And then you can play around with if the arpeggio goes up or goes down, or make a little arrangement for that yourself. For me, this is also a great helper when I have like a few chord progressions and I can really hear how those notes are going up and down towards the next chord. Arpeggio is a great little tool that's available in most VST synthesizers, but if you have a synthesizer which doesn't have an arpeggio, just use the Ableton or Fruity Loops or Logic arpeggio. They all have it in there, so you should be good to go. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really look forward to hearing all kinds of great melodies from you guys. If you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them down below and I will check them out. If you like what I do, smash or hit or push or tickle that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, bye bye.